What's up, gamers? Barnes here, and with me today is one of my players, Chris. Chris plays a knight in our group from D&D 3.5, Player's Handbook 2. As a lot of you know, we're playing a Frankenstein version of Pathfinder / D20 game, fantasy game. And one of our players, Sillin, is an oracle. And she is part of this religion that worships the old gods in the world. She's a pacifist, and she plays the healer role for the most part.
Yes.
She's a virgin, and she asked me, well, not she, Pete, the player, Pete, who you know from some of my other videos. Pete asked me if Sillin qualified for feats out of Book of Exalted Deeds. And in my default GM mode, I knew he didn't have a feat to get at that moment, so it didn't matter, so I just said no.
But had there been a feat available for him,
I would have had to give it some thought.
It would have been more of a debate.
And so in this video, we're going to talk about whether Pete qualifies, Pete's character Sillin, whether it qualifies to take feats from the Exalted Book of Deeds, and whether his character would be considered exalted. It's been a long time since I read this book. I read it like when it first came out. It was the last time I really read it. And this was the first supplement available for 3.5, so that was a long time.
It was 10 years ago.
It wasn't quite that long ago. It was, I can tell you, October 2003. All right, so it was
11 years ago.
11 years ago. Whatever.
I was wrong.
So, we're just going to talk about Pete's character, and I want to know whether you guys think Pete's character qualifies for Exalted Feats or could be considered an Exalted character. And what qualifies a character exalted in your games? What would qualify a character exalted in your games? And Chris is going to be here to help me talk about Sillin, because Pete's not here.
I personally, my opinion will be that I think he is qualified for Exalted Deeds, but I can see why you have reservations about it, because things from that book could be extremely problematic for a DM. There's an overpoweredness in that book. There's ways to break the game in that book.
I don't really believe in that.
But, I mean, not necessarily break the game, but break our game.
Sure.
But his character is 4th level, has never attacked anyone, has never threatened anyone, has only healed people, has healed enemies, has taken damage while healing enemies.
Has sacrificed himself to... He sacrificed his hit points to heal others.
These are all prerequisites for being exalted. And, I mean, it's up to your discretion what level that happens to him at, but...
I feel in the storyline he's just not there yet.
He's not good enough.
He hasn't done anything in the storyline. He hasn't made sure those slaves are freed, or...
You mean, so basically what you're saying is he's never put himself out there enough to be remembered. He's only... No one remembers a guy who heals people. They only remember someone who does something.
Yeah.
Exemplary.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Even though his character does show saintly behavior, I think. I'm not sure if he...
He's just, right now, he's just a really good guy.
Well,
really cool chick.
I mean, maybe,
good chick.
Really cool chick.
However, things that he does do are intention, because in the game he has a position which is rare, or unique, actually, within his religion. Is there anything else you want to say about this character?
Not right now. I mean, if you got...
I'm just trying to think of anything else that he's done.
That's like a succinct version of like what I think. I mean,
Does he really put himself out there in danger to heal people, or does he only heal people when it's convenient? Or
now that's the other thing. I mean, like I said, he's healed enemies while taking damage.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know, that kind of proves what you just said. Like, he's not doing it opportunistically. You know, if
But he's not.
Was that an anomalous time? He only did it once, or was it like, you know?
He's also hurting himself while healing.
He's hurt himself
damage.
healing. He's removed hit
The
points.
mysterious voice is Norton. He paints all the things.
Yeah, he's the voice behind the mirror.
Voice behind
the curtain, right?
Behind the curtain.
Painting minis.
But, you know, at the same time, like, he's not stopping you guys from doing violent acts.
Oh no, he's
Or,
no.
you know.
And that's and good.
I mean, obviously it's a violent world.
I think most of those feats in there are lawful good.
But we're not using the alignment system.
Oh, that's right. So that's all bets are off.
We're using honor, taint, and sanity.
So how much honor really is there in that? By standing back and watching.
Well, he hasn't gained any honor points, has he?
But that's the other thing is like Norton's character's bound by honor.
Well, yeah.
My character's bound by honor.
Sure.
The only one that's not really.
Well, Dan is.
Dan is too, though, is in his
No.
own way, right? He's kind of a scum.
No, he goes his own thing.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah. But so, well, the majority of the party then is bound by an honor
Well,
code, which
I just
allows
said rogue, but he's not really a rogue. He's a
Inquisitor,
inquisitor.
which allows Pete to fit into those margins. You know what I mean? Because we're all good, pretty much characters. Like,
Well, lawful. to some
well,
extent.
yeah, and you know, I mean, you have to be knights.
Well, I mean, Norton's character, who plays a crusader, and he actually plays a crusader, not just like the class, but he plays a crusader class and actually plays a crusader. He'll slay enemies till they're dead. If they're infidels or something.
If they're impotent.
If they see differently than he does.
See, I won't.
God wills it.
If they die, or if they're on the ground dying, I won't kill them.
So Pete doesn't stop you guys from.
No, he doesn't stop us from doing violent acts. Because why? Think about how that would go down.
What, are you gonna slay Pete's character?
No, of course not. But I'm saying, like, in this game, if he's constantly trying to get us to stop doing what the game is basically built for the entire time.
Well, that's
Like the taking the vow of poverty and the vow of nonviolence and all those things at once, and it's just like, why are you even playing? You just stand somewhere and don't do anything for the rest of your life. You know, it's.
Well, I mean, I will explore. You know, I'll give him XPs for role playing
Sure.
and accomplishing goals that way.
I'm not saying there's a lack of XPs, but it's just where do you fit in the party while everyone else, this is what they're driven to do, and you're trying to stop them the whole time. Who are you then? Like, you're a pain in the ass. Really. It's like,
I mean, have you felt that him just being solely a healer and a pacifist has? Oh, I think you have mentioned it does. You don't want the challenge ratings, the abilities and challenge ratings without him there now because I'm designing him as if he's there.
yeah, of course. And if he's not there and you design him as he's there, there's a little bit of a gap. Things are a lot harder, and you have to be more tactical. And unfortunately, you know, as we've come to realize over the years of playing together, parties they don't play tactically. Anytime anyone brings up any tactics, they just kind of just all go their own way.
You can go your own way. Anyway,
Yeah, I
And
know.
that's what they'll do.
so do we have anything else? Oh, Pete's character's a virgin. Part of his powers are based on this. I also gave him the ability to see the spirit world because I don't use the ethereal plane or the astral plane. I use the spirit world. Anything else about it?
No, I like his character. I mean, I like his role in the party. It's extremely valuable, and you know, I just want you to be careful with how OP'd he can possibly be when he starts taking Exalted Feats.
I'll just start taking fucking.
Yeah, but then what does that do for us? Like people like me, who's I'm playing strict 3.5 right out of the player's handbook too. My guys not know you know what I mean? It's like
Well, you're not power gaming.
I'm not. No. Been there, done that.
We'll deal with it somehow. Anyway, so what do you think? Do you think Sillin, the pacifist virgin healer, deserves to be considered exalted? Their 4th level, right?
Yeah, we're midway through 4.
Midway through 4th, hasn't attacked a creature yet, has healed enemies, takes damage herself for healing enemies or anyone, and but she hasn't stopped them from being violent. Hasn't,
Confronted us even about being violent.
or even like the possibility of freeing these slaves.
Nor has she, done anything really outstanding.
In the storyline.
Yeah. Maybe
Anyway.
maybe you should wait for that.
Well, that's what I kind of am waiting for. At least. Then it's undeniable. So what do you think? Does Sillin qualify for feats out of the Book of Exalted Deeds? And what qualifies someone as exalted in your games? As always, I'm wishing you a good game, and remember to make it a good game for somebody else. Thanks for watching. Gotta turn this off now.